Good day, Minecraftians. Purple Mentat here, bringing you episode 7 of Regrowth Season 2. As promised, we have some Endermen to kill, as well as some Ender Minis. They are a little bit less threatening, and have every bit as much of a chance, perhaps even more, to drop pearls. Unfortunately, they do not count for the quest in the book, which is why we need to kill at least one of these Endermen. However, we did get the 2 pearls that we needed to be able to make the Ender Seeds. Oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go? There he is. This Man of Steel armor is saving my butt. And there we go. Enderman down. Fantastic, huh? So that gives us what the world came to be. Enderference, 1 Ender Pearl, claimed. And this is not repeatable. I thought it was, but it does unlock 2 quests elsewhere. And specifically, Ender Seeds is one of those quests. 2 Mana Pearls, 2 Ender Pearls, and 4 Weak Essence, plus the Essence Seeds. Alright, I'm going to head back to base, and I'm going to start making those. I'm going to get those seeds made, and I'm going to hand them off to the breeding team to get them tuned up as well. And Ender Seeds complete. Yay! Quite happy with these. Very, very happy to have an infinite supply of Ender Pearls and thereby Mana Pearls now available. So what should we focus on moving forward? Well, we've got a couple of options, actually. Pardon me, sorry about that. For one, getting these seeds bred up is always an issue. Lots of that needs to happen. For 2, we've got some quests to hand in, both the Ender Seeds quest and the Fire Seeds quest. With an infinite supply of Earth and Fire Essence available, we now have an infinite supply of easy-to-make cobblestone available, which means we've got an infinite supply of easy-to-make seared stone available. Also, because of the Fire Seeds, we can now make lava very, very easily. We've got a couple of options. We can either melt it in the Crucible Furnace to get 250 millibuckets of lava per essence of fire, or we can surround a bucket with 4 essence of fire, like so, to create a lava bucket. And because of the magic of the super crafting frame, we can easily set that process up to be done on a frame from any inventory we like. So, quite a few good options available. Moving on. I think that what I would like to do, while I'm waiting for the seared blocks to process, because it's just going to take me a while to have enough seared brick. We're almost there, but not quite yet. I think I'd like to actually start getting some proper Botania stuff set up. And number 1 among that is going to be using some nether quartz as part of the job. To get nether quartz, the easiest option for us is with the Essence of Nether, which we just got a quest last time to get our hands on in what the world is made of. So I'm going to get those nether seeds rolling. 16 floral powder, 16 weak essence, 16 netherrack, no problem. We can even craft netherrack now, thanks to the magic. Oh, no we can't, we need Essence of Nether. I thought we'd be able to do it with the Essence of Fire, but apparently not. What else can we use the Essence of Fire for? Cobblestone, lava, sand, that's helpful. Granite, diorite, andesite, red rock, and heat sand, but that requires Essence of Nether as well. Still, some nice stuff available. Oh look, we can make leaves, all kinds of different leaves. As well as clay. We no longer need the clayconia because we can directly make clay using Essence of Earth and Essence of Water. Sand, dirt, marble, limestone, diorite, granite, gravel, andesite, abyssal stone. That stuff is actually quite fun to build with. Quarried stone. Both of those are pretty. I like them a lot. I might end up making good use of abyssal stone. Cracked sand. Don't need that. Red rock. Heat sand and tainted soil. Oh, look, we can make both. That's kind of nice. You can combine the 2 if I... Ooh, what are you? Cinder pearl seeds, shimmerleaf seeds. Yeah, but there's no way to make those. At least, not that I know of yet. I thought we could combine... Yep, you can combine heat sand and tainted soil to get soul sand. However, you don't really need to because you can just flat make soul sand using Essence of Nether. A lot of options once you get all of your elemental and such seeds completed. The one elemental seed we're still waiting on, though, is air seeds. And to get air seeds, we... 3 regular essence seeds, any leaves, and rune of air. The rune of air is the annoying part because we need to get feathers. Our options are butterfly fish, bees, or finding a chicken. Well, we can get chickens pretty easily, actually. We can make eggs using Rune of Mana, Rune of Earth, Mandrake seeds, and pasture seeds, all of which we have easy access to. The slowest part of that whole process is going to be the Rune of Mana, but that's actually pretty simple to make now that we have easy access to Ender Pearls, because it's just an Ender Pearl and 5 mana, a Mana Pearl and 5 Mana Steel. Simple as that. Now we'll have our Rune of Mana, and with that, we'll be able to start making our eggs. Let me take care of this inventory mess. There we go. 1 egg. Actually, 16 at a time you get out of that recipe. Like, quite a bit. Alright, so that gives us Life of the World, 1 more task complete. Which came first? We get 8 experience drops and 16 more eggs. And now we unlock a number of quests for various spawn eggs. We can make a spawn ocelot egg by using a couple of fish, some experience drops, an egg, and some gunpowder. Thought I saw an Enderman. We can make spawn pig eggs using carrots, mushrooms, eggs, and experience drops. See where this is going? To get the experience drops, we're going to need Essence of Experience if we want to start getting a lot more of them. Because while the quests will actually, you know what, these quests are going to give us more Essence of Experience than we need to move along, at least at first. Oh, we need to get raw beef. Hey, the first one where we need to work on one than the other. Cows. Oh, we need leather before we can make cows. That's a little backwards, isn't it? Well, we got some options for leather. We can either do some fishing to get salmon and perch to be able to melt that down into fish oil in the crucible furnace. We can get into blood magic, so we can do some blood alchemy. We can infuse our rotten flesh with an alchemy catalyst. Or we can go hunting imps in the nether. None of those are great, but those are the options that we have available to us. Might be able to do sheep right away. Yeah, that's easy enough. Wool and wheat. Anyway, as you can see, you can easily get your hands on whatever spawn eggs you want. Unfortunately, you need to make sure that once you get them, you don't lose them. Because you don't want to have to remake these. They're not super cheap. Hey, even bats are available. But you need to get your feathers before you can get your bats. And to get feathers, well, tossing eggs is a really great way. With 32 eggs, you're practically guaranteed 1 chicken. And almost guaranteed 2 or more. Once you have 2 or more, you've basically got as many as you want. All you need to do is keep breeding them together using seeds. Okay, I need to spend some time thinking about what I'm going to do about this place, how I'm going to make it a little bit prettier, and working these different types of seeds around their snakes, getting them upgraded and analyzed. Once we have access to a lot of building materials, I'll more easily be able to make something that looks nice. And I need to spend some time looking at the quest book, figuring out where to go next. Alright, here's a path forward for us. For 1, 9 Essence of the Skeleton, which you've been given the skeleton seeds long before now, will get you 3 bottles of enchanting, which are going to be used to make our experience seeds. We are, however, going to need to craft another rune of mana because we only get 1 per recipe. Not a big deal. Do that on my own time. 2, we're going to make some fence and some gate, which I think uses less sticks. Nope. About the set. Wow. Didn't like that at all, did it? I don't know why it's having so many issues. I bet it has to do with the fact that I'm using this particular table rather than anything else. There. We're just going to make a temporary enclosure for some animals. I'm not too worried about it for right now. Everything you see right now, temporary. We're going to be replacing it all when I have time to make something a little bit prettier. I just need to decide exactly what I'm going to do first, and I haven't gotten there yet. Always a good idea to have 2 gates side by side when working with animals. It will make your life easier. But for our purposes, we're just looking to get a couple of chickens. Come on. Whoop, there's 2. And we're set. Now we just need to wait for them to grow. Fortunately, nothing that we can do to really speed that up, but it does leave us with a bunch of eggs. Life is good. So as soon as they grow, they will start shedding through Botania shedding, getting us a feather or 2. Let me show you the shedding entry. Library. Lexica Botania. Under miscellaneous, you have natural shedding. And as it tells you, common for pieces of bodies to fall out, them to drop things, or them to extrude substances. Chickens will drop feathers. Squids will drop ink sacs. Villagers will drop emeralds. Spiders will drop string. Blazes will drop blaze powder. Gas will drop tears. Skeletons will occasionally drop bones. And slimes will drop slime balls. So we are just going to let them grow up. Then we'll have our feathers to be able to make our air rune, which will let us make our air seeds. In the meantime, we can start working on some more of those options. Specifically, I'm hoping, yes, we can do the spawn villager. Oh, actually, no, we need to get emeralds before we can do that. By the time we have emerald seeds, we're not going to worry about the villager emerald shedding. Never mind, ignore that whole option. But we can get sheep if we want to, using wool and wheat. We're going to need to get our cotton going for that. We can get pigs pretty easily. Cows are going to be a little more challenging. But I think that the most fun for me is going to be hunting through the nether, because I'm not a fan of mariculture fish breeding. I tried it once in Agrarian Skies, and again, the first time I played this pack, and in both instances, I just did not enjoy it. It was not fun at all, from my point of view. So instead, I'm going to get myself a smeltery going, and we're going to head into the nether to go hunting for imps. I think that's going to be the best way for me to get some early leather. Alright, we're going to need a drain, we're going to need a faucet, we're going to need a casting basin, and we're going to need to empty our inventory because it is clogged again. Keep the nether brick, going to need that soon. Well, soon is a relative term here. You need 2 Essence of Blaze to make your Blaze Seeds, and the Essence of Blaze quest cooldown is 5 days. It's already been a day and a half, though, so that's something. Won't be too much longer now. Alright, let's check that smeltery west. That's going to be in what the world enables. We need the table and 4 seared bricks. Cool. Simple enough. There we are. And again, too much inventory. This will allow us to make a minimum size smeltery, but I think I'd like something a little bit more impressive than that. I'm going to knock out part of this wall and build my smeltery into this wall. And I want to get myself a 3x3 smeltery. I don't know why, I love the 3x3, smeltery look. So we're going to dig in just a little bit here. And happily have our smeltery just a bit outdoors. And make some more bricks, because we're going to need a bunch for what I'm doing. One, two, 3. Wow, I went one extra. Where did that cracked sand go? Here we are. Okay. The big problem that I'm going to run into is easy access to the lava tank, but I can just do one of these numbers and life will be okay. Seared tank, seared bricks, smeltery controller, and some more seared bricks. I'm actually going to want another drain and another faucet. There we go. 2-tier smeltery. And this will allow us to process things slightly more efficiently than we can with the crucible furnace at current. It is possible to upgrade the crucible furnace so it is flat better than the smeltery. We do not have that capability at this time, but we certainly will in the future. Probably set up some proper fluid piping and such as well. Alright, let's hand in that smeltery quest. Oh, we need to get a tool forge first, which is made with blocks of iron, seared bricks, and tool station. So, let me go ahead and grab out my... Actually, we can just make the iron into blocks right there. Fantastic. And pick up our tool station. And this is going to enable us to make the second tier tools, the higher level Tinker's Construct stuff. Most importantly, as far as I'm concerned, we get a pickaxe, head cast, and an ingot cast given to us. Nice. Most importantly, as far as I'm concerned, it's going to let us make the lumber axe, which is another reason that I love these, those jungle trees. So let's go ahead and get on that. First thing that I'm going to want to do is make use of the aluminum and the copper that I've been growing to make some aluminum brass. Now, let's see, can I go straight from the essence of aluminum into... Nope, no, you can't. Darn. That would have been fun, but it's not possible. So I'm going to need 80U, 80U. And the way the aluminum to copper ratio works for this is you're going to need 3 aluminium to 1 copper. So that's 1, 2, 3 to 1. And that's going to create for us aluminium brass, which we will then be able to pour over top of a part. In this case, we're going to be... Ooh, I need a lumber, a broadaxe head. And let's see what else we're going to need, because we can get that tool forge back down right here. And if we take a look at the lumber axe, we're also going to need the tough rod, the tough binding, and the plate. So let's make ourselves a plate pattern, a tough rod pattern, and a tough binding pattern. Excellent. Get a lumber axe going today, if at all possible. You can go ahead and make these pieces out of stone. They are secondary for our purposes. Speaking of stone, do I have any available? Not really. Lasai. That's okay. There is plenty of earth and fire essence over here so that we can make more. I think it's like that? Yes, there we go. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So, 1 stone tough rod, 1 stone large plate, 1 stone tough binding, and 1 stone broad axe head. These go in the casting table. Our aluminium brass is ready for us, so we can start casting. And these are going to be consumed, so make sure you don't use anything valuable to do this with. This is why I'm using cobblestone. Now, you need 8 ingots worth to make 1 broad axe head. You know what would be very perfect right there? Would be a pattern chest for all these casts. Let me go grab one of the patterns. There we go. To get the ingots that we need, I'm going to go ahead and make a bunch of alumite. Alumite in the smeltery. Oh, there we go. It takes, what's 32 to... It takes 5 parts aluminium to 2 parts iron and 2 parts obsidian. So that's 5 aluminium ore, 2 iron ore, and 2 blocks of obsidian will give us... I'm not even certain how much alumite, but enough? Question mark? We'll find out. Let's get the aluminium and the iron going first, because those are going to take... I mean, the obsidian and iron going first, those are going to take longer than the other. And now we can go grab the aluminium essence that we need. Oh, and hey, the snake is finished. We can check the end result seed and find out how much further we need to go, because we definitely have a ways to go yet. And we are at 763. Not bad, but not quite where we need to be. That will give us... We need 10. That'll give us 9. Good. We've taken enough time for these to grow. As you can see, we've got our gold seeds set up, our obsidian seeds, our nether seeds. Everything's starting to grow and expand and improve. How many of you do I have? Crop sticks? Good. We're not in a bad spot for those. Unfortunately, this is going to flood my inventory. But there's no avoiding it. And all of these seeds are basically just compost trash at this point. Alright. There we go. Just need to wait for that to melt down a bit, and we'll be able to get a significant improvement to our pickaxe and our broadsword. But why would we bother with that when we have waiting for us over here the full guard pattern? We can totally make ourselves a cutlass instead. But for that, we're going to need the sword blade. There's all kinds of just everything that I'm going to need to get myself together with here. No problem. Make a bunch of casts, call it a day. Alright, I'll be back when it's time to put this together. Alright, so as it turns out, 1 run will make you 6 ingots of alumite. That's with 10 ingots of aluminium and 4 of iron, 4 of obsidian. So I'm doing another run so that we're up to 12, and I'm going to go ahead and start casting these. You get the molten alumite in there, you put your cast down, and you just pour. Takes 1 ingot for these small ones. The larger material cast will tell you when you mouse over them how much of each it costs. If you want more details on the exact properties, you can look up the alumite ingots. Well, actually, you can look up the alumite right in here. And you can see, for example, the tough rod gives it a 1.3 times durability modifier. Yeah, you can see all the properties of the alumite in there. Or if you hit H and go to the materials and you... Is it volume 1 or is it volume 2? I think it's volume 2. I should look into the armor sometime. I haven't messed with Tinker's armor yet. Actually, I don't have materials in U volume 2 in here. Well, let's fix that. It's a bookbinder. It's a convenient way to carry everything. Here's volume 1. Huh. Alright, I think I can use that to make volume 2? Yes. Craft it by itself and you get volume 2. Which will give you all of your material properties if you scroll through. You can see Manulin is pretty much top end. Mining level 877. Alright. There we go. Alumite is mining level 4. Not quite good enough. Flint, flint, flint. Alright, what do we need to pick up the cobalt? That's the big question. Suppose we'll have to get into the nether and find some. Used to be that alumite would be good enough for you to get your cobalt. Oh, right, you need your tool to be fully repaired before you can replace parts. But we should be able to replace them right here in the inventory. Nope, we gotta go to the tool forge. That's fine. Like so. That will, as you can see, increase our pickaxe from 120 durability to 440 and bump the mining level from flint to alumite. Nice, huh? No experience in this pack, but that's fine. If we wanted to bump that up even further, you should be able to see that if I scroll through slightly, that wood actually makes kind of a lousy candle. It's only a 1.0 modifier. We could get a 1.3 modifier out of the alumite. Or we can just use netherrack, which is super cheap, and get a 1.2 modifier, which is almost as good. The real star of the show is the green slime before you can get your hands on cobalt or manulin. Okay, so what else did I want to do? Well, I'll make a cutlass on my own time. By the way, Mighty Smelting is the other book. Tells you how to get your hands on the various alloys, various recipes for the pieces, parts, casting channel, so that you can... I forget exactly how the casting channel works, but I know it's useful for a few things. Glue! Yeah. And you can go to Tinker's Weaponry after that. The Tinker's Weaponry book will tell you all about the throwing and projectile weapons that are available from Tinker's Construct. Feel free to read on your own time. And from there, you get into Diary of a Tinker, which is mostly a cool little RP bit. And that's the end. Now, the reason to go through the full list and craft all of them like that is, oh, well, maybe they won't show up in the library. I thought they would. So much for that plan. But we do open up Tooled Up with Knowledge, which gets us 12 experience drops and a new book, as well as Tales of Tinker's Past, which gets us 8 experience drops and another book. We should really get the witchery books going sometime soon, but having those 20 experience drops, 28 actually, is going to help us a lot getting into the creation of all of the various animals we're going to need. Alright. How much alumite do we have in there? 10. So we're not going to be making a fantastically amazing broadaxe, but we'll get the broadaxe head poured, and we'll make the rest out of netherrack, I think, because netherrack is cheap and abundant. So that will be 1 tough binding, 1 tough rod, and 1 large plate. Set this guy to you. You don't actually need it set to the proper thing, but I mean the proper tool, but it shows you what parts to put in each piece, because the parts do need to be in the proper slots. There we go. And I'm going to cast a couple of ingots so we have some repair materials available with the last bit of alamite that's there. And this gets us 1 lumber axe, which has the amazing property of chopping down an entire tree at a time. Bam. It does look like it missed a couple of pieces, though, unfortunately. Oh well. That's going to make lumber go a lot easier for those of you who don't have minions available to take down trees for you. And then you want to just get some more saplings planted. This is a pretty easy fire and forget method. You can set it up and walk away as needed. And I think we've got tool racks from BiblioCraft. We can set that up. Let me do so. Where is the jungle tool rack? Or not. Fine. Let's just look at the recipe. It's going to take a little bit of iron and a bunch of slabs. There we go. 1 jungle tool rack. We can leave this on the wall here and keep our lumber axe in there for when it's time to come back and chop down more jungle trees. I'm going to have to get up there with horn of the canopy or maybe some, what is it, the flint and steel. Just burn down the tree balls that are up there. It's an option. Maybe not the best option, but it's a fun option. Alright, we're just about out of time, but one last quick thing. We can make ourselves a cutlass, which is my favorite weapon, by using a sword blade, tool rod, and a full guard. This is going to get us, in this case, a 4 heart attack. Unfortunately, it's got stonebound from the netherrack pieces to it, but we can replace those later on with something that'll be more useful. So, goodbye, flint broadsword. We no longer want you. I think that these are indestructible in-world, but will eventually decay. I could be wrong. Alright folks, that is all the time that we have for this episode. I hope you have enjoyed today's episode. If so, leave me a thumbs up, tell me what you liked. If not, leave me a thumbs down, tell me what you'd like to see me do better. Either way, if you'd like to see more of this series, please click subscribe below. And join me next time for the completion of Tier 2 of Magical Crops and getting into some more fun things with Botania and maybe a hunt through the Nether for some imps. Or perhaps I can be talked into doing some fishing. We'll see. See you next time.